1986, 15 children boarded a school bus for a field trip and were never seen again. No crash, no wreckage, no trace. But nearly 4 decades later, when a forgotten bus is found buried deep in the woods of Morning Lake, so is a survivor. And what she remembers will unravel a truth more terrifying than anyone imagined. Before we start, hit subscribe to help uncover stories they tried to bury, and make sure no name stays forgotten. The fog had settled thick over Halstead County like a lid no one dared lift. It clung to the pines, curled under porch lights, and silenced the sound of tires on asphalt. You could drive a whole mile and not realize you passed your own childhood. That's how memories vanished around here, quietly and without protest. It was just past 7 a.m. when the call came. Deputy Sheriff Lana Whitaker had just poured her first coffee when the dispatch crackled through. Possible discovery out by Morning Lake Pines. Construction team digging for septic tank unearthed what they think is a school bus. Plates match a long-closed case. Lana stood frozen in the silence of her kitchen, the mug warming her palm. Her other hand reached automatically for the notepad she always kept near the toaster. But she didn't need to write it down. She knew the case by heart. 15 children, 1 bus driver, vanished in 1986. They were students from Halstead Ridge Elementary, her school, her grade, her classmates. She'd been homesick that day, chickenpox, and for nearly 40 years, she'd carried that small, strange guilt like a splinter beneath her skin. She slid the untouched coffee into the sink, grabbed her keys, and left the house without locking the door. The drive to Morning Lake was quiet and slow, the fog dulling sound and stretching time. Pines rose on either side of the narrow 2-lane road like patient sentinels. Lana passed the old ranger station, now abandoned, and turned onto the overgrown service road that had once led to the summer nature camp the kids were headed for. She remembered how excited they'd all been. The last field trip before summer break. A lake, a fire pit, and new cabins built by volunteers. She remembered the photos in the yearbook, smiling faces pressed against the bus windows. Kids with Walkmans, cartoon backpacks, disposable cameras. She remembered them all. When she arrived, the construction crew had already cleared a perimeter. The yellow of the bus was visible in patches beneath the mud, dull, cracked, and half-crushed under the weight of the years. A backhoe stood motionless beside it like a guilty beast that had just unearthed a grave. "Ma'am?" The site foreman greeted her, removing his hard hat. "We didn't touch anything once we saw what it was."